Hey guys, so today I'm here with a new video and I know it's been a while, but I don't know, for some reason I just am not the best at filming. I just have to get on a filming schedule if I want to do consistent videos, I guess. But anyways, so today I'm here and I'm going to give you guys a curly hair video, which is something completely new because I know you guys are used to seeing me with my braids or with my locks or with my hair tied back. But as you can see, we're here, we're back, we're better than ever. The curls are flourishing. And so I figured, why not give you guys a curly hair video? But this is not just any curly hair video. This is my video on the top 10 tips to grow out your healthy, curly, natural hair. And with that being said, I'm just gonna get into the video and give you guys my top 10 tips. Alright guys, so tip number 1 is actually washing your hair. And I guess I should actually say conditioning your hair because most of the time I don't use shampoo. When I was growing up and I was a teenager, I used to think that I had to wash my hair every day because it made it easier when my hair was wet to style my hair, put new products on my hair, and get my hair curly, and I thought it was like eliminating frizz. But as I started to get older, I actually realized that washing your hair every day is what creates frizz. Curly hair, natural hair should only actually be washed once a week. I don't use shampoo a lot because shampoo dries my hair out. I always try and use conditioner and deep condition, do like a treatment mask on my hair every week, and I only wash with cold water. It just makes it so much easier to lock in all the moisture, all the healthy nutrients and protein from the conditioner that I'm using. Leave the co-washing to once a week and make sure you're using conditioner to build strong, healthy, curly hair. Tip number 2 is detangling your hair. When I was younger, clearly I made a lot of mistakes with my curly hair. When I was younger, I used to just use a regular comb or a regular brush to like brush through my hair when it was wet, even sometimes when it was dry. And that was one of the biggest mistakes that I made on my hair because I was constantly breaking it just by brushing it or combing it. The kind of comb that you want to use to detangle your hair is a wide tooth comb. I use this when I'm in the shower, washing my hair, conditioning my hair like I told you. I always do it when I have conditioner in my hair. Another thing, when you're detangling your hair, you want to start from the bottom and work your way up to the root. So grab a small piece of your hair and gently comb through and then work your way up. I'll even use my fingers to detangle, but the point is you don't want to have small bristles compact into one spot brushing through your hair because it's not getting each individual strand of hair, it's not clumping your hair together, and that's why a wide tooth comb or using your fingers is the best option when detangling your hair. Sometimes I'll even use a Denman brush. I have it right here actually, a Denman brush to brush through my hair, but only brush your hair, comb through your hair, detangle your hair when it's wet because it makes it so much easier to get completely through it, smooth through your fingers, smooth through your hair, and it prevents breakage. And that's what we want to do with all of these tips, really, is prevent breakage. Tip number 3 is sort of similar to the last 2 tips that I've given you guys. The first one is how we wash our hair, how often we wash our hair. The second one is how we detangle our hair while we're washing it. And what do you do after you wash your hair? You dry it. And a lot of people that I know like to let their hair air dry. Some use a blow dryer, but what I like to do, because when I get out of the shower and I'm done washing my hair, I usually leave it sopping wet because I style my hair with product inside of it. So I do need a little bit of extra help to absorb some of the water at least. And instead of using a regular towel that you use for the shower, I like to use a microfiber towel. The reason is the fibers on this towel are so much softer and so much smoother than that of a regular towel, so it prevents breakage, and that's the number 1 thing that we're focused on here, is preventing breakage. We want our hair to grow, we want our hair to be healthy, we want our curls to flourish, and if we're using a regular towel, it's going to break your hair. It's creating so much friction when you're rubbing your hair to dry it, and that's what we don't want. So this cute little microfiber towel, super simple. It has a little button on the front because I put my hair inside of it and I twist this, wrap it up, and then I hook it on. And so as you can see, it's kind of the shape of a head. So you just put this on your hair and dries your hair. And if you don't want to go and spend money on a microfiber towel, you can just use an old cotton t-shirt. Cotton is super smooth, it's not going to break your hair. Just wrap it the same way you would this thing, or the same way you would with a normal towel, which you should not be using anymore. And if you don't want to use a microfiber towel, you can get a cotton shirt. If you don't want to use a cotton shirt, you can go find one of these super cheap at like your local beauty supply store for like $5, anywhere from $5 to $10. I think I literally spent like $4.99 on this, and it's one of the greatest investments ever. So yeah, a microfiber towel when you're drying your hair to prevent frizz and breakage. Tip number 4 is super simple, super cheap, and I also kind of feel like common sense. It's about the hair ties that you use. I've been talking about breakage. We don't want our hair being pulled out, pulled on, stuck in anything. So the things that we want to avoid using on our hair when we're tying it up or pulling it back, we don't want to use rubber bands. We don't want to use ties that have little metal hooks on them. These are the ties that I use when I am putting my hair up. They're super simple. As you can see, there's no metal on them. There's nothing that's gonna grip onto my hair. This is just super simple, super stretchy. It's big enough to stretch around all of my hair. There are even bigger ones, there are even smaller ones. But yeah, tip number 4, super simple. Just avoid using ties on your hair that are gonna get stuck in your hair and that are gonna make your hair all knotted up and break your hair off and pull your hair out. So simple hair ties, scrunchies, use those and you'll be good to put your hair up in a bun, in a ponytail, any of that good stuff, in a pineapple, which we're gonna get to in tip number 5. Have you ever had a really good hair day and your hair looks like this and you want it to look like this the next day? You don't want to tie it up, you don't want to pull it back, you don't want to ruin the curls, and you need a way to preserve them. So the way I preserve my curls is super simple. It involves step 4 and it's called a pineapple. This is how I sleep with my hair. I will literally just flip my head over and wrap this tie around my hair one time and pretty much just gather all of my hair on the top of my head and wear my hair like that to sleep. I'll show you guys how to do it. Just like this, gather it all on the top of your head. Take the tie one time, and just like that. It's a pineapple. And funny story, that's actually why I have my pineapple tattoo, because I think this is like the cutest little hairstyle ever. And I'm like super corny and I love dorky jokes, and once I looked at my head and I was like, yeah, I really do look like a pineapple. And this is something that I did every single day. So I was like, this is a part of me, this is a part of my life. I have naturally curly hair. It's gonna be like this forever. Why not get a pineapple tattooed? So that's the funny story behind my tattoo. That's also tip number 5. But super simple, it's really cute. You just put your hair up on the top of your head and you sleep like this. So the back part of your hair, that really doesn't matter, because when you take your hair down the next day, your curls are just gonna fall into the same place, because I flipped my hair and I put it all into the same place. So I'll take my hair down, falls right back into place, shake it out, and you're good to go. That's how I preserve my hairstyles, that's how I sleep with my curls, and my curls will last me up until the next wash day. So tip number 6 is actually a very simple one. It's gonna be really quick. As I mentioned before, it's very important that we're protecting our curls at all costs. So when you're sleeping and your hair is up in a pineapple, it's very important that if you're not wearing a satin or silk bonnet to wrap your hair, you're sleeping on a silk or satin pillowcase. They're super cheap. You can get them for like $9.99 at Target or any other store, your local beauty supply store, and just put that over your pillowcase and sleep on that. It'll protect your curls. You won't have to wrap them. They just rub super smooth across the silk or the satin while you're asleep and while your hair is up in a pineapple. Super quick, super easy, super cheap, and it protects your curls. So I'm actually the queen of tip number 7, and that is protective styles. As you guys know, I like to switch my hair up a lot. I go back and forth between box braids, between doing faux locks, trying a new wig. I've even done a weave before. So many different things that you can do to protect your hair and to keep your hair from being damaged and having friction and causing breakage. And protective styles are so cute. They're so simple. There's so many different things that you can do, and while you're looking cute and you're able to get out of the bed and go without having to do your hair is actually being protected too. There's so many different options, and you can't go wrong with healthy hair. So that's one of my favorite tips to promote hair growth, because while you have those protective styles in, your hair is actually growing too. If you're, co-washing, conditioning, if you're oiling your scalp while you have these styles in, you can't go wrong. Your hair is going to grow, and when you take those out, you'll be able to do a length check, and if you want, throw them back on. And I'm at the point in my curly hair journey where I don't have to do those styles anymore, because I've done them for so long that my hair is finally where I want it to be. So tip number 7, protective styles, one of my all-time favorite tips. So the next tip is actually getting regular trims on your hair. I can't stress this enough, because growing up I didn't think about it as much as I should have, so I wasn't trimming all of the dead ends off of my hair. And it wasn't growing because I wasn't getting rid of all that damaged hair that was just existing on my head. And you're supposed to get your hair cut every 12 weeks, so every 3 months. And what I like to do is, for my first cut at least, I'll go in to a professional, into a salon, and get a solid shape for my hair. And then afterwards I'll trim my hair on my own, because I can see where it's growing, where it's not, where it's damaged. So getting regular trims is definitely important, whether it be a whole new hairstyle, whether you want to do the big chop, whether you just want to get your ends trimmed, or you just want to get a solid shape to your hair, like the little bowl that I have going on right now. Regular trims are very important, and I cannot stress that enough. And they're not that expensive. They're like $45, $50 for a quick trim and a quick touch-up. And like I said, you can even do it yourself. Just make sure you have the proper scissors, and if you have curly hair, that you're dry cutting your hair. You don't want to cut your hair when it's wet, because you won't be able to see it at its full potential, and you won't be able to see the natural shape. So say for instance, my curls right now, if I had this random curl sticking out, and no matter how I styled it, it just wasn't blending in with the rest of my hair, I can snip that. But if it was wet, I wouldn't be able to see how the curl was gonna form and how it was gonna lay with the rest of my hair. So make sure if you're cutting your curly hair, you're always dry cutting. So tip number 9 is something that actually hits very close to home for me, because I ruined my hair by doing this. And that is straightening your hair, or using heat on your hair in general. When I was in high school, for whatever reason, I thought my hair looked better straight than it did curly. So I would straighten it literally every single day for absolutely no good reason. I guess I just didn't appreciate my curls and understand how to make them look like they do today. But if you think about it, straightening your hair is literally pushing your curl in between 2 hot plates and crushing it, literally crushing it until it's flat. Your hair in its natural state is curly. It's big, it's curly, it's beautiful, and you should embrace it. And whether it's a straightener, a curling iron, or even using your blow dryer on the highest setting, it's damaging your hair. So the only time I apply heat to my hair is maybe once a year, when I decide that I want to do a length check and see how long my hair has gotten. Or if I want to diffuse my hair, I'll use my blow dryer on the coolest setting possible to diffuse it, and that's it. I don't like using heat on my hair. It ruined it before. It ruined my curl pattern, and that's what we're going to talk about for tip number 10 in the next step. Alright guys, so last but definitely not least, tip number 10, and that is knowing your hair type, knowing your curl type, knowing your curl pattern. This is actually something that I didn't learn about until 2-3 years ago, when I started to research how to deal with my curly hair, how to grow it out. And it's really important. It saved me so much money since I learned about it. It helped me understand my hair so much better, and it taught me about my hair. So really helpful. But the reason it's important to know your curl pattern is because everyone has different natural hair. Some girls might have a lighter, wavier curl, as opposed to some girls who might have a bigger, heavier curl, like a 4C type hair versus a 2B type hair. My hair is a mix between 3B and 3C, so it's a spiral curl as well as the coily curl, and I save so much money on products since I've known about my curl type, because I was using products that were too heavy for my hair, so they were weighing it down, made me look like a wet dog most of the time. And now that I know what products are good for my type of curl, I have light products in my hair, which is why you're able to see my curl pattern. You're able to see how defined my curls are. So if someone with a 4B type hair is using a light product, their hair is going to dry out fast because their product is going to be eaten up by their hair type. And if a person with a 2B hair type is using products for a 4B hair type, their hair is going to be really heavy and weighed down. So it's really important to understand your curl type, and if you don't know it and you want to learn what it is, there are so many different blogs where you can learn about your curly hair, learn how to take care of it. There are quizzes online that'll ask you about how your hair reacts to humidity, how your hair reacts to water, how your hair looks when it's dry, how it looks when it's wet, and it'll tell you your curl type. So I definitely suggest finding one of those websites, learning your curl type, learning your curl pattern, buying some new products, saving some money, and just letting your curls flourish in their natural state. Alright guys, so that's about it for my top 10 tips for healthy, natural, curly hair. I really hope some of you guys are taking something from this video. You feel like you benefited from it in some way. If I can save anyone from ruining their hair like I did mine a few years ago and help them get to the stage that I am in now with my curls, then I consider, you know, it a job well done, give myself a pat on the back. I think it's really important that we know how to take care of our curls. It's, you know, everyone tries to focus on going to the gym and eating healthy, but those things also affect your body, your hair. You know, what you're putting into your body helps your hair growth, will stimulate hair growth. How you're caring for your hair is very, very, very important. So like I said, I hope someone is getting something from this video and that it helps you out and inspires you to start your natural hair journey, whether it's your first time, you're just now learning, or this is your second go around. I just hope it inspired you in some way, shape, or form. So if you like this video, please be sure to leave a comment, subscribe, like, do all that good stuff. And if you like seeing content from me like this about natural hair, about beauty, make sure to leave a comment and let me know that, because I want to provide for you guys. I want to give you guys what you want to see, whether it be skincare, hair care, lifestyle, you know, lookbooks, vlogs, all that good stuff. Just let me know what you guys want to see, and you'll see me at the next upload. Bye.